everybody, welcome to this new video. When working on video projects, I need to be fast and efficient. I work a full-time job, I have loads of photos to edit, I need sleep and stuff, you know, normal basic human needs, and also I have a social life, sometimes at least. And in between all of that, I make one video every week for this YouTube channel. Often enough, I get the feeling that 24 hours a day is just not enough for me because I'm kinda running out of time every day. So, to avoid this, I constantly try to optimize my workflow to speed it up and therefore create time for the other things in life. In this video, I want to show you one key to an efficient workflow which speeded my workflow up by a ton, like really extremely, and that's why I thought I might share this key with you. The main keyword sounds pretty simple and boring, to be honest. It's organization. In this case, this concerns the folder organization on your computer, but also the folder organization in your editing software. Back in October, when I started to work for the agency I still currently work for, I had a horrifyingly bad organization on my computer. I had one video folder in which there was a 2018 folder, just the year folder, and in there I just dumped all of my project folders, which each contained the footage, the project files, the sound, all just in one folder. So finding the right project immediately to work on it wasn't always an easy task. Anyway, as I got my job at that agency as a video producer, they introduced me to their organization system for their folders. At first I wasn't too fond of it, but after a while working with it and getting used to it, I couldn't work without it, and I still can't work without it. Therefore, I completely adopted their organization system for myself on my own computer. So the system I'm going to show you is not from me, it's from the person who originally made it in the agency, but I don't know who that is. Shout out to him or her, but I don't know who made it originally. Yeah, cool thing though. Anyway, let me show you how it works on my computer, and hopefully this will help you out to speed up your own workflow. So here we are in my Windows computer. For all Apple users watching this, of course you can use the exact same system on your device as well. So here's the video folder, and in here I have a 2018 and a 2019 folder, plus some more which don't concern this video. In my 2019 folder I have all of my video projects from this year. The first thing you'll notice is that each folder is not only named with a relatable title, but also with the date I created this folder on. Therefore, finding your latest project is as simple as just selecting the bottom folder. A rather big project I'm working on currently is the Scotland series, so let's enter this folder. In here we find another 6 folders. The first folder is 01 vid, which stands for video. In here I have all of my footage. The footage is divided by each day it was shot on, and at the top I have the folders with my talking footage for each episode of the series. Therefore, 02 Glasgow contains all the talking footage from my last video, which was about our time in Glasgow. Let's return to the overview and enter the next folder, 02 IMG, which stands for images. Just like for my footage, I have all of my raw photos separated into folders for each day of the trip. And inside each folder is the export folder with all the edited photos from that day. Again, let's return to the overview. Next up is 03 SND, which stands for sound. In here I have all of my music tracks for the videos. Currently they are not separated, but maybe sometime soon I'll create the daily folders for my music as well. Just so far it wasn't really necessary, I found everything rather quickly. In case you're wondering where I have my sound effects, well, not in here, but instead I have my sound effects in a folder somewhere else, where I keep all of my sounds instead of separating them into projects, because often enough I'll use many sound effects for a variety of different projects. Now let's move on to the next folder, 04 proj, which stands for project. It contains my project file. If I'd have other project files from another software such as After Effects, I'd separate the files within a folder for each software. But here I only have a Premiere Pro project file, so it's just in here like that. And the other folders next to the project file are just automatically created folders like previews, etc., which I don't really need, they're just there. The next folder is 05 Extra. The purpose of this folder is to dump the other stuff here, everything that does not fit the previous categories. Often seen examples are scripts, notes, documents, etc. Now let's get to the last folder, 06 Output. This is my video export folder. In here I have a folder for each episode of the series which contains the last version of the video. By the way, I purposely say the last version of this video, not the final video, because we all know what that leads to. So that's it. I know at first it might seem slightly intimidating, but I promise you, working with this organization system is just so much easier than working with one project folder with all of your stuff dumped in there. In addition, I would recommend that you use the same organization system, or at least a similar one, in your video editing software. So in Premiere, I use the exact same organization system with an additional folder for sequences, because I need to put my sequences somewhere, and also in there there's another folder for my nested sequences. In Premiere, I also have my 05 extra folder, in which I have one adjustment layer, one color matte, which I always use as my backdrop for my photos and also as my end screen. I mean, it's just a white background. And also the Instagram logo, which I always put at the end of my videos. Yeah, those three things are in my extras folder, and that's the kind of things that you might want to use it for. So if your workflow is currently as messy as mine used to be a few months ago, then I really, highly and genuinely recommend this organization method. It has made my workflow a good bit easier and just faster. And yeah, as I said at the beginning of this video, it'll create more time for the other things. Anyway, that's it for this week. If you found some valuable information in this video, leave a like. And if you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe, and I hope to see you again next week.